Alright, before we start coding, let's go through a road trip first. And we're gonna use this example to show you how exactly computer coding works. Specifically, how computer coding or robot coding works, right? So let me bring up the road trip map. Okay. So this is my road trip map, and this is me, and I carry a cell phone, and for some reason my car can carry 3 containers. That's right, 3. Red one, yellow one, and blue one. I am doing a one-way road trip. So I'm heading from San Francisco to all the way to New York. And I plan my road trip to be a straight line, right? So just go all the way from San Francisco to New York. That is my original plan. Along the way, I stopped in Nevada. I got a call and saying, hey, Mr. Software, you need to pick up a goldfish. Right? So I have a goldfish and I put it into the red container, assuming there's water inside. The goldfish never died. After I pick up the goldfish, I move on to Utah. I got another call. Someone want me to pick up a dog during my road trip. Oh my god, right? So I put a dog into a yellow container and then I move on, right? And somewhere right here in Kansas, I got a call again. Oh my god. Why so many people call me? I got instructed I need to drive a different path, okay? So I have to go drive to Mississippi, Atlanta, Washington, Chicago, and come back to Kansas. And my instruction is to drive in circle, okay? And for non-stop, okay, for the next 100 years. Oh my god. I still have my cell phone and I still have my goldfish. I have my dog. My phone is charged. I'm waiting for instruction to go in circle and see who is going to call me, okay? So as I'm driving around, let's say I drive one day. I got a call. Wow, I got excited. I must be able to get out of the circle. I got a call and saying, hey, go pick up a cat. Right? So I put a cat into a red container. Oh my god. What did I do? I put a cat into a red container? There was a goldfish in there, in a red container. What happened to the goldfish? Let's hold for your question. My call to pick up a cat and that's it. I did not receive instruction to get out of my circle, right? So I just keep driving. I do not have instruction to go to my New York. I just keep driving in circle. And this is the robot coding logistic. Let me bring up the Arduino. This is where we're going to. This is Arduino Robotic programming. This is, remember we did our servo motor, we check the code and we upload the servo motor just move continuously. Remember we upload our buzzer tone code and once we upload, it sounds something for 2 seconds and then stop. This is the Arduino programming that we're going to focus on, right? When you do a new file, and you will see a sketch looks like this. It has void setup and void loop, right? And you may not see the line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How do you get the line number? So you go to Arduino, preference, that should be something called display line number, right? If you have a PC computer, it will be similar area where you can set a preference or setting. It's either Arduino or file, either one. So you should be able to see display line number, right? Why line number is important? Because we're able to, as a human eye, we're able to identify each line corresponding to a number, so it's easier to troubleshoot later. Let's back to the structure. So the program start at line number 1. It says void setup parenthesis cursive bracket and cursive bracket, right? Let me put a space in here and you can clearly see that says open parenthesis and close parenthesis, right? And it starts with void setup and void loop, right? The void setup, like the starting of your road trip, and it went all the way to Kansas, right? And the loop, it means we receive the instruction to drive in a circle and waiting for further instruction from your cell phone. And if somebody call you and pick up something, this is where you put in your code to pick up the something in the loop, right? In a nutshell, the structure, it just like the code starting from line 1 and then move on to line 2, line 3, line 4, and we finish the setup block, right? And then we move on to line 5, line 6, and we start with a loop block, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. And once the code hit number 9, and it loop back to number 6 and start again. You might have noticed why this is a looping, because when you turn something on, like your robot, literally, right? And your robot is listening to your instruction constantly, right? So this is the loop that allow the robot to listen to your instruction constantly. And the setup is basically when you see in the movie, right? When a scary robot stop and it will go through like system on, initialization. This is initialization, starting your robot. This means the setup block of the code run only once and move on to the loop. When the code gets to the loop, it will just run continuously forever until the robot dies or until you find a way to exit the code.